Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Hearthstone the Arena. So we're back with our Shaman deck. And if I remember correctly, it was the last episode where we had that little mouse pointer issue, which made it really hard to do things. Hopefully that won't come back again, but yeah, we're 8-2. So we're in a bit of a pickle. Obviously, one more loss will be the end of this deck, but also, one more win and we'll have tied with our highest streak in the arena so far, so who knows, things could go super well for us in the future, and obviously I do so ever hope that they do, to say the least, in my weird way of wording things. But yeah, even if we lose here, it'll be perfectly cool to start up a new deck, get started with something new. I received a comment recently requesting a Paladin or Warlock. That can show actually how far behind this series is. That's the thing about Hearthstone. Man, Shaman on Shaman. This will be the ultimate test to see how capable of our deck is. We are going second, though. Oh, no, I want to keep the Jungle Panther. Which, is always a good sign, in my opinion. Sometimes simply going first can actually win someone the game, but I always prefer going second because of the coin and kind of the extra card, even though you don't really get an extra card because player 1 draws it on the first turn. Question is it smart to do turn 1 Knife Juggler? Could kill it if he has a kill card, which would be very frustrating. Since he didn't play anything, it actually might be a better idea to wait. Reason for doing it means that, would mean that before too long we would be able to coin into we would be able to play down the Feral Spirits, and then the Knife Juggler gets like 2 knives that go out. The problem with that is I'm pretty sure that the Knife Juggler could, quite possibly die before the turn we would get the Feral Spirits out, because since we wouldn't have the coin anymore, obviously it would take 2 additional turns to be able to actually put out those Feral Spirits. So let's go ahead and actually put them out now, just to get like a little bit of board dominance, and that also means that now, as long as they remain okay, yeah, which they are, we could actually get that Knife Juggler down. No, actually, no, we couldn't. I definitely miscounted my steps there. And that's actually pretty damn bad. Man, that is... Usually, actually, I don't like... I used to love Ironfur Grizzly, but I don't like him nearly as much as I do anymore, because I think he's not nearly as valuable as he once... as I used to think he was. Because a 3 cost that's simply a taunt with 3 health really isn't all that valuable. And that silence isn't all that bad either, so that's perfectly fine for us. But, surprisingly enough, with everything we've got, that actually counters very well. Good thing is, we'll be able to kill it this turn, but I actually really don't like the way that we're gonna have to kill it.
We must cleanse the
Does technically mean that it's actually a 2-for-1 trade on our side, because technically the Spirit Wolf, or the Feral Spirit card, puts down 2 monsters, of course, and now he's gonna have to use something else to get rid of this Spirit Wolf, but, you know, he could still pull out a Fork Lightning. That was my big fear early on, but now it's even worse right now, obviously. Ooh, shoot, our Cult Master. Please. Okay, that's actually not that bad. It could have been much worse if he actually had something to, if he had some way to kill our minion, because then that Cult Master would just stack him cards more and more as time went on. Question is, what do we play now? I think we gotta put up a defense, so I think we should put up the Fen Creeper. That will allow us next turn to be able to get that Knife Juggler combos going. So, 100%, that guy needs to go. He didn't get all that much value, everything considered, from that one kill. Yeah, actually, he didn't really get much of a value at all from that. It was just kind of gain a card back for his minion. Ah, god damn! Okay. That was a good play on his part. We might actually want to go Spellbreaker on this turn. Because otherwise, if he plays any more Overload cards, that thing can just grow massively. And it won't be able to trade for the Spellbreaker one-on-one if I play him, so... Knife Juggler would be pointless. It would just be putting a minion out on the field. I hate to say it, but I think the best option is Totemic Call. I wish we didn't have so many 3s! Such an awkward number for this scenario. Searing Totem might actually be okay in this position, so let's go ahead and silence that guy. Get the worries in his regard out of the way. We really need to take out his 2 totems, though, because that healing totem, if he places down a taunt, will cause us immense issues. And he's gained so much spell damage plus on his side. Only has 1 mana, so... Cool, okay, he wasn't able to do anything about that. I think we actually kill the Unbound Elemental. Might be a little bit foolish to leave the Ogre Magi on the board, but that means we could then put down a taunt which can't be killed by the Ogre Magi, and we can heal our Spellbreaker up. So I think that's the best thing. If he isn't able to kill our Spellbreaker next turn, which is actually pretty unlikely unless he uses a spell, seeing as we still have this we have this 3/5 on the board now. Our Spellbreaker should be able to get 2 for 1 value, which is always phenomenal. Or if he throws the Ogre Magi into our Ascension Shieldmaster, we could try to get a knife kill on him. Oh god, okay, that makes things a bit scary. Still can't clear our board, though. This has been a weird game so far. Like, obviously he's ahead at this moment. But it's been more back and forth than one would imagine. Sucky thing is... God damn. Knife Juggler would not be a good card right now. I mean, it might. Let me see. We need to... I hate this because we could trade for a bunch of his things, but that leaves those 2 things on the field... But he has no monsters, but then again, we would have to lose our entire board to do it. I'm wondering if there's any way I could do that. I mean, keep board with the Knife Juggler. That's we have 8 in total, so we could do 6 and then place down a totem. I think that might be the best option. Doesn't mean we keep the Knife Juggler alive and whatever totem we have, so I think that's okay. But yeah, there's actually no case scenario where we will be able to kill one of his creatures with all these combos. That means I probably misplayed this turn. Probably should have done the Knife Juggler and the totems last, but, you know. It's too late to change that now. Is there any way to actually keep everything alive? That becomes a 4/4. There is. Okay. Instead, we're killing... Actually, that Knife Juggler worked out for us! That means we keep our charge alive as well. He'll be a 2/2 at the moment, but he's gonna be healing for 1 health every single turn, so that actually worked out pretty well for us, I think. Oh no, oh no! I hate those guys so much. Which one does he got? That was weird lag. Yeah, I was waiting for when the lightning bolts would come out. Pretty standard shaman card, so... Oh man, that's actually pretty scary. And there's absolutely nothing we could do about that card draw on this turn. That's not good. But now there is, which is really good. And we could buff this dude. So obviously the Unbound Elemental goes down. Unless we got another totem and put down the Azure Drake, there's no way we could use him to kill him. And I think I would rather get rid of his card draw anyways. And obviously we don't have the mana to do both of those things. So that guy goes down. Obviously buffs our guy, which is super, super cool. And then, is it time for the Flesh-Eating Ghoul? Flesh-Eating Ghoul will be killed by him. But I still think it might be a nice option, because that forces him to want to kill the Flesh-Eating Ghoul. But the Azure Drake is probably better. Probably better to get that extra card, and, while it can be killed by his board, it would probably be stupid to focus on taking him out. He's probably going to want to go for my Unbound Elemental. All the while, the nice thing, though, will be that our Stormwind Knight is being healed up, so that's the positive about this situation, I guess. And if he doesn't kill our Unbound Elemental, that Stormforged Axe is going to be very helpful towards both finishing off some of his board. God damn. Okay, there goes that plan. Oh, shoot. Okay, we are in serious trouble now. Fen Creeper is actually pretty nice. Wish we didn't have that overload. Then we could place down the Flesh-Eating Ghoul behind it to get buffed. And Stormforged Axe actually isn't incredible, because that can't kill that guy in one go. Does have the 3 durability, which helps though. Let's see what taunt we get first, just because it's a good practice to always examine that. Taunt, that's actually pretty good. I'm happy to get an additional taunt. And we're gonna take 4 damage, but obviously it's worth it to get that guy off the field. Don't want him messing with our day any longer than he's already probably going to. That taunt totem is actually pretty damn nice, because that means he's gonna have to focus on the Fen Creeper. Oh no! I foresee the end. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, it might be reaching the point where it's game over for our deck. I think we have to use Bloodlust on this turn. Not good value at all, because that Lord of the Arena just comes right back. But otherwise, he's just gonna kill all of our stuff. I think we have to do that, because that's gonna buff the Flesh-Eating Ghoul like mad. He could still kill it very easily, because we're only gonna be able to take out one of his monsters, because nothing has charge if we place down the Bloodlust. But as I was saying, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. But I still think if we're gonna have a chance of turning it around, this is when we have to use it. So the Flesh-Eating Ghoul goes out. Really wish that Overload wasn't there as well. Then I could have also placed down a totem, but we can't even do that. Because otherwise, next turn, he's just gonna kill our Fen Creeper for free. We have to do this. The worst part is our healing totem is not going to be able to do anything helpful. Because I thought the healing totem would actually be able to kill that guy, but he can't because the taunt pops right back up. God, this is not good. This is really bad. Obviously, our healing totem has to go now just to do that damage. Yeah, and now he's got a card advantage on us again. I think it's GG. The one bad thing I feel about shamans, at least, is once they get put in a bad situation like this, there's like no coming back. Ooh, that does help though. That actually does help quite a lot. Still don't think it's gonna be enough. Is it? I think it's definitely better to put down our stealth creature as well next turn, so we're not gonna do a totem. Which is fine. He does not kill us next turn, but he gets pretty damn close. If he does anything that does direct damage, he probably does. Who knows, maybe he grabbed his own Bloodlust. That would be pretty sad. It was a good run with our Shaman, though. It's too bad we couldn't go for the 9 again. I really like that 9 key. He could have killed us this turn, couldn't he? No, he does 11 damage. Wait, no he doesn't. What am I talking about? Yes, he does. Yeah, he could have brought us down to 1 health if he hit us directly with that. Believe it or not, Reckless Rocketeer is actually pretty good in this situation, but it's not enough. We die anyways, you know. Even if we get a taunt right here, we die.
That was a mistake. You win this one.
That was a mistake? I couldn't have done anything, buddy. That was the best I could have done. I'm so sorry. Man, we got wrecked that game. The first half I thought was actually pretty balanced in my opinion. I thought we were trading rather well. Like, the whole time he was getting better value trades than us though. But I thought we were okay, but then he just blew through it and took us down, so you know. 8 wins is obviously nothing to be ashamed of. It's very, very good. So let's see what we get. 25 gold, a golden Iron Beak Owl. I hate getting the golden cards whenever these things happen. It's not worth it. The gold are oh, nice! 160 gold is really good though. But the gold or packs is so much better. I suppose you could say it's better than Arcane Dust, but Even that, I think, is debatable in some regards. But we got so much money, so we'll be able to buy back in pretty much immediately. Let's see what we got right here. One rare. Oh, one epic. 2 rares and 1 epic. This is a pretty good pack. Eye for an eye. Okay. I don't really like Eye for an eye. I think it's a pretty bad card. Deadly Shot is good, though. So let's check out our rares. Blessing of Champions is okay. It's rather situational, I think. But Ancient Watcher's garbage. So hopefully our epic will actually redeem. Snake Trap. Snake Trap is a pretty good card. Especially if you combo it with the, Iron Beat... No, not Iron Begal. What is it called? The bird! The bird that gives you card draw as a hunter. I don't know why I'm forgetting what it's called. And I actually don't have a Snake Trap, so that's a really cool card for me to get. I'm happy with that pack. Let's go ahead and jump right back into the arena. I believe it was Paladin or, Warlock that was, requested. And there is a Paladin, so it looks like we might be doing one of those. A Druid would be fun. Just did a Rogue pretty recently, but... Have we... I don't think we've done a Druid in my series so far, but Paladin was requested, so let's go ahead and do that. We will fight with honor, and that's pretty glorious. Sunwalker is really cool, because I love him as a taunt in general. He's one of the best taunts in the game, in my opinion. Even if you silence him, he's still a bit irritating in some regards, because it's still a 4/5, which is garbage value for 6, but... You know, I pretty much, he's horrible to face unless the opponent has a silence. But I also like the idea of a Knife Juggler, especially with our hero power. Knife Juggler could work out very, very well. Wild Pyromancer is also a good card, but it's very situational. Question is, which of these do we want? I think we might take the Divine Shield. Just because I really like focusing on, like, Divine Shield-themed paladins. Like, they're some of the most irritating things to face in the game. But, despite me saying that, I'm going to avoid taking Hand of Protection any chance I can, because I don't think that's a very good card. I mean, it's a situational thing, you know? I think it's better than most buffing cards, because the Divine Shield makes it more like you're trading for something, rather than buffing someone, which can then be silenced, and then, basically you wasted a card. I think, basically I'm saying with Hand of Protection, I think it's easier to keep from wasting a card. But still, that chance is something we can't accept. Lights Justice I don't like. We'll take the Mage. Could get a lot of spell damage stuff, like Hammer of Wrath is a very good one of those. Earthen Ring Farseer is also nice, but I love Hammer of Wrath, so we'll take one of those. Could potentially do 4 damage. Blessing of Kings is also really good. Darkscale Healer's nice as well, though, but we'll pass that up. I think the Earthen Ring Farseer there. Or we could go for our heavy hitter of the game. And a War Golem is a pretty good heavy hitter. But I think we'll still take the Farseer. The ability to heal someone is really, really nice in these kinds of situations. I actually kind of like the idea of the Youthful Brewmaster, because if we place down any minions who have who either have a Divine Shield or have a Battle Cry that gives them Divine Shield, the Youthful Brewmaster could combo really, really well for that. Problem is, obviously, we don't have any of those yet. But also, on top of that, we're only 5 cards into the deck, so it's very possible that we could get them. Honestly, I think all of these cards are pretty good for our situation. Blessing of Kings has potential to be really, really good, because you could either make your opponent want to stop attacking, or you can get a bunch of card draw from one of your minions. Bloodsail Raider could be really, really good if we get a weapon. We don't have one yet, though. Let's take 1 Blessing of Wisdom, just to have that. I usually like 1 in the deck. Definitely taking the Argent Protector. Harvest Golem is so good, but I love the Divine Shield Battle Cry. Oh yeah, we gotta go for this. Silver Hand Knight is so good as well. But I think Truesilver Champion more often gets greater value. Granted, if they have Acidic Swamp Ooze, though, it'd be completely ruined. Consecration's really good. Love that board clear. Huh. I'm not really a fan of any of these. Abomination can be a very good card. Very situational, but I think it's definitely the best one there. Wisp is horrible. Really wish I didn't take that Blessing of Wisdom. before, because now we have a second one. I think we'll take a Blessing of Might in this case. I don't really like Blessing of Might, because it's... too often I think it trades poorly. Because usually... Like... the reason why I think it's so much worse than, don't we have Kings? I thought we took Kings. Yeah, Blessing of Kings is obviously because it gives that health bonus. That means you could change someone who, like, would be 2-card value to, like... Basically, you know, Blessing of Kings, you put that on a monster, so you're investing 2 cards into one monster, but that health bonus is what makes it more reliable. That's basically what secures that that monster's gonna get a ton of value. This way, oftentimes I find that Blessing of Might is used for 2 cards to take out 1 creature, which is not really worth it. But we could take 1. I think it's better than the other 2 options in that situation. What do we like more? I think Bloodsail Raider is better than the Dread Corsair. Could be really good if we get that weapon out, because then he's, yeah, then he would be free with our weapon. But if we don't have that weapon, the value of Bloodsail Raider would be much better. So we're taking her. I think Stranglethorn Tiger is coming out next. Boulder Fist Ogre would be cool, but I think I like the Stranglethorn Tiger more often. Truesilver Champion, definitely. We'll go for another Consecration. Redemption can be good in situations, but I think Consecration is much better. Let's go for the Iron Beak Owl for a Silence. I always like to have 1 Silence in each deck. Noble Sacrifice is a bitch to deal with, so that's going out. I think we go for Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber's an awesome card. And can, in certain situations, do very, very good things for us. Coal Master could be a good idea, especially since we don't have... Oh, we do have card draw, but that's completely based on our Blessing of Wisdom. Correct? We don't have any other card draw? Although we're barely over halfway. Let's take another Truesilver Champion. The damage and the heal combined are so nice. Murloc cards are horrible in the arena, plus Defender of Argus is a really good card standalone, so we're definitely going for him. That buff he gives out is so nice. Might be nice to have another Bloodfen Raptor at this point, because we don't really have too many 2-cost cards. Most of ours are 4s, and 3 of those are frickin' Truesilver Champions, which I kinda love. But, we need a bit more punch late game, and we definitely need more early game. I think I would rather take the Noble Sacrifice than the Bloodfen Raptor, though, because we could use the Noble Sacrifice in more fun ways. Let's just word it that way. Cult Master. We're not gonna take the Booty Babe Bodyguard, because we have okay, but we actually have pretty good potential for taunts right now. Because we have the Defender of Argus, we have the Abomination, and of course the Sunwalker. So question is, do we want the charge or the card draw? Let's go for the charge, mainly because we don't have too many taunts in this deck. We'll get 1 Acidic Swamp boost to stop enemy weapons. Could get a 4th Truesilver Champion. That would probably irritate the player. And I'm not too fond of the others. Would be nice to get another lower cost, but let's go for another Truesilver Champion. This is like the Truesilver Champion deck of legends. Divine Favor could be a really good card draw card for us, especially since we don't have very much of it. But the other cards are pretty nice as well. Imp Master really lets you control the board, and Knife Juggler is so nice as well. We passed up that 1 Knife Juggler, so I might want to go for him, mainly because of our hero power and in early game 2 cost. So let's get the Knife Juggler. Super good card, pretty much always. And he actually combos with Noble Sacrifice, which is super good for him. So let's actually get another one of those. We're at 3 Noble Sacrifices. That's kind of awesome. I kind of like that a lot. We'll get the Gnomish Inventor for more card draw. Getting near the end of our deck. Do we want 5 Truesilver Champions? I mean, at this point, why not? Why not? 5 Truesilver Champion Paladin deck. I don't know if that's good or horrible, but it's fun, and that's all that matters. We'll take the Guardian of Kings. Archon Commando, 100%. Super good card. Okay. Oftentimes, a problem with Paladins is that they don't have very beefy late-game monsters. Obviously, we could have taken that War Golem, which would have helped a bit. So our late game isn't all that powerful, but obviously that's what the buffs are for. But then again, we also don't have too many buffs in this deck right now. I think we only have 2, disregarding the Blessing of Wisdom, because obviously that is technically a buff, but not a damage or health buff. I believe we only have 2? Yeah, we only have 2. Adding the Defender of Argus, I guess technically 3. So this is a wacky deck if I've ever seen one. It's like 5 Truesilver Champions, 3 Noble Sacrifices, and 2 Consecrations. The 2 Consecrations aren't that out of the ordinary, but the 5 Truesilver Champions is gonna make this fun as hell, I'm sure. So let's go ahead and go for our first run. See how this thing goes. It'll be quite a wild ride. It'll be like Mr. Toad's Wild Ride from Disneyland, which is like one of the best rides in that whole theme park. I love that ride. Is it just me? Or are, like, actually the Disneyland roller coasters, like, some of, or rides, not just roller coasters, aren't they some of actually, like, the most scary rides on the planet if you're a kid? Because, like, that, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Snow White, and Pinocchio, I remember those 3, like, terrifying me when I was a kid. It's because, like, the imagery and stuff like that. So this is a horrible first hand, especially if we're going first. Try N3 TYX? Is that like Trinity X? I don't know what he's talking about. But it's Paladin on Paladin, so this game's probably gonna be interesting no matter what, for sure. Then we get another Truesilver Champion. Noble Sacrifice is okay. Argent Protector is irritating, though, because obviously not the most ideal card to place out if you don't have anything to actually put the Divine Shield on. But we might actually need to do that. Best case scenario, actually, in this situation, I would hope that he... Oh, that's bad. Actually, that might be okay. Ooh. Crap. Do we play the Bloodsail Raider? That's the question now. Because that's actually a really good card for us to get at this point, because that's going to help us in this early situation. But we could buff her up so much. We could give her 6 attack, make her a 6/3, which would be very scary. But obviously that's going to take a couple of turns. Might call me silly, but I think she'd actually get more value overall if we place her out now. It keeps us secure at this moment, and then we could even Divine Shield her next turn to make her trade really well with an enemy creature. Alternate, obviously, would have been placed down the Reinforce, but then the Argent Squire just trades 1 for 1 with it, and then he's got 2 creatures on the board, and I've got nothing. So I like what we did right there. I think that works out better. Now do we play the Noble Sacrifice? That's the question. I mean, obviously this isn't the best value situation for it, but it actually might be an okay thing to put down. Let's go ahead and do it. We have 3 of them in the deck, I believe. So might as well get started with it now. Let's let's hit him directly. Show him we mean business. He could buff those things, which would make it annoying. But if he does, because he definitely can't get a Kings out on the board, if he does buff one of them or either, then it'll die basically immediately. And that guy's gonna die next turn due to our weapon, so that'll work out pretty well. Goodbye, Mr. Squire, and my noble defender. Never really looked at the defender photo before. I kind of wish it wasn't. I kind of wish it would come back now because actually, I'm really glad he played that Aldor Peacekeeper. I think Aldor Peacekeeper in the early game is a horrible card, in my opinion. I think he's best for the late game, taking down really strong monsters. Because what I do right now is I clear his board completely, and now, since that Bloodsail Raider only has 1 attack, I have no regrets in the world for trading with 1/1s for her. Before I wanted to hit him directly because I was like, why do I want to wound her attacking 1/1s when I could just do more damage to her? Now I'm just like, hey, might as well do that. Because get more value that way. See, now it's just gonna play another 1/1 and I'll take it down easily. Oh, the Divine Shield, what a big old sucker. God damn you, you fool. Sucky thing here is we don't really have any good plays for this turn. Could obviously play the Argent Protector out now, but I don't think that's smart for this point. Acidic Swamp Ooze isn't smart either, because Paladin has some very scary weapons. Do we want to play the Argent Protector, though? I believe he's our only one. Might be good just to keep getting that board control going. So, and obviously that'll keep one more hit for our Bloodsail Raider in case he keeps doing the reinforce. So let's just do that. Might not be the best value in the world, but I'm okay with it, you know. So there's a trade right there. He gets to say goodbye to his little friend, and I think we're actually getting to a pretty good start right here. He does have more cards than us, which is scary. But obviously that's where the Truesilver Champion helps. As long as he doesn't have a weapon to get rid of it, they'll get should in most cases get a 2-for-1 trade value, so. Oh! Goddamn Consecration. Good thing about that, though, that is not a very irritating thing for him to have used that Consecration against. Probably what I'd want him to use it against most, so let's just get out our Sunwalker. Obviously not necessarily the best thing in that situation, because the Silverhand Knight will just pop off that Divine Shield. But that's pretty much something that's a little bit difficult to avoid when playing against a Paladin, you know? They could just keep popping those guys out, so I'd pretty much have to expect that happening eventually. Now this actually is not a good Consecration. I was going to say this would be a good Consecration, but wouldn't get nearly as much value from consecrating those two as just using the Truesilver Champion again and popping another reinforce. Just him directly. I think that's a smart way to handle this. And then we still have... No, we have 5 of these in the deck. I forgot that we have 5. So we still have 3 more of these things coming. This guy... Although we are at a health disadvantage, actually. I'm a little bit surprised about that. But with so many Truesilver Champions in the deck, I suppose that's something that has to be expected. No, you jerk! God damn it. Okay, and obviously we don't have enough damage to take that guy out on our own. We could use the Blessing of Might on our little guy, but I don't think that's worth it. Let's just place out our Guardian of Kings. Next turn we could buff him like mad. But there isn't too much of a point to do that right now. Just keep wearing our opponent down. I really want to get our card draw card, because if we get the Blessing of Wisdom, that could do very good things for us right now, especially if we get, like, Kings, this Guardian of Kings. Especially if we Kings this Kings. Something like that. Oh, shoot, Gruul! He dies. So, it's not all that scary, really. In fact, he could die in a pretty pathetic way. But, where's the best value? Because we could Kings this guy, Gruul him, but I don't think that's actually all that good. We could just Kings and then take him out simply with our Guardian of Kings. And I think that actually might be the best idea at this point. Because I'd prefer to use 1 card for the trade rather than 2, even though we get card draw from this guy. And that way we actually keep both of our minions. Granted, one of those 2 minions is only a measly 1/1, but I think that's the best way to handle things. So let's just do that. Does open him up to a Consecration, but if he uses a Consecration on this, then he's gotta be in a very scary position. This just means we got something really, really strong to keep hitting him in next turn. Oh no, he's got his own. That's not good. That's something we could easily take out, though. This is where that 2-card trade will actually work out very, very well. Oh, yes! Or we could just Earthen Ring Farseer him. And then do the trade. Is that better? Depends on whether or not I want to do the 9 damage to him directly. And I think I kinda do. I think I really kind of do. So let's just do our original plan. That brings him down to 3 health. Knife Juggler. Holy cow. Okay, that Knife Juggler really changes things for us. We place him down. I think we should still do the Earthen Ring Farseer on this turn. The sucky thing about that, I should have planned things out differently, is that that gives me less options for hoping with this Knife Juggler. But it hit! It hit exactly where we wanted it! Holy cow, that actually worked out as being a really, really good turn. That is why whenever you have a card draw option on your turn, you always do that first. Because otherwise we wouldn't have had that Knife Juggler pop up, and that turn wouldn't have gone so well. He's silencing the Knife Juggler? Oh, okay, that's because he wants to trade like that. Okay, makes sense. Too bad that Earthen Ring Farseer didn't get as much worth as I would have hoped he would. Abomination is bad here, because it kills our own minions. But not if the Earthen Ring Farseer doesn't take damage. Sure. Let's trade that guy out, put out our Abomination, we'll get a little guy, and then we'll just start hitting him directly again. Really holding on to this Acidic Swamp Ooze. Hopefully we'll actually get some value out of it before too long. And I really actually hope we do get some of those more Truesilver champions before too long as well. Oh no! That RMP Gal is now the strongest thing in the game. Not at all, of course, but actually that was a pretty irritating move on his part, so good on him. Oh, holy light. I know it's the arena, so you don't always have all the options in the world, but it always makes me cry a little bit inside whenever I see a paladin with Holy Light. I think that is a god-awful card that should never be taken, in all honesty. Truesilver Champion would be really nice here, because we could take out that Razor Fen Hunter and keep our Earthen Ring Farseer alive to keep on attacking him. But the unfortunate thing about that, obviously, is that the board just kills it next turn. Still think that might be the best option here, though. So let's just do the extra damage and get a little board advantage. Or increase our board advantage, I should say. So that's the thing about Blessing of Kings. 2 turns ago, he actually had 2 more cards than me. Or 1 turn ago. And I was actually a little bit scared of what he had, but that was just a card to bring back 6 health. And really, what value did it give him? Practically nothing. All it did was buy him a little bit of time, so I don't know. It's a card that I really hate. I hate seeing it pop up. Blessing of Wisdom! That's really good for us here. Let's go ahead and put it on our Gnomish Inventor. She'll become like the ultimate card draw character. Then the only question is, do we attack him directly or go for board clear? In all honesty, I always think board clear is better when playing as paladin. I mean, when playing against paladins, because they have all of those buffs. They can't really do anything about it otherwise. And of course, we get the card draw nonetheless. Mad Bomber's pretty cool to have, so I'm happy about that. And we'll just get out another little guy. I think that's the best thing for us to do there. What you got for me, Mr. Paladin Man? He could kill that guy if he has a Hammer of Wrath. Or whatever it's called. But it does not appear he does, because I'm sure he would have started his turn with it, so unfortunate for him. Yeti can be killed. I want to kill him without losing our card draw capability, though. And we can do that. It's just a tad bit of an unfortunate use of the consecration, but I think this actually might be a good time for the consecration. Let's hit him directly first to see what we get. Stranglethorn Tiger isn't gonna help with that. I was hoping for one of our Truesilver champions, because that would have made this decision very easy. So consecration pops out, Blessing of Kings, Yeti's dead. Could have been a little bit better, but obviously the cards that we were drawn depended on changing that situation. I'm feeling a little bad for this guy right now, because obviously he could still turn it around. I've actually lost a lot of my good stuff right now. A Mad Bomber, Consecration, and an Acidic Swamp Ooze, when you get to the point when there's 10 mana, really is actually not very much to brag about at all. Obviously the board we have helps, but, nice, Argent Commando's good. But, what was I saying? why was I mentioning all this? But, oh, yes. But I'm pretty sure that we're still... Let's actually attack with the tiger first in case that is a noble sacrifice, which it is. Okay. But, because the reason why I was doing that, I'd rather keep the Gnomish Inventor alive for as long as possible, so... Do we attack him directly or get rid of his minion? Always get rid of that. Nice. Truesilver Champion's up. Just get that Argent Commando out there to pick up the pace. Because that's actually what I was gonna say just now. Feeling a little bad for this player because I'm sure he actually has the capability to beat us for sure. Obviously, I don't see his whole deck. And this deck has been, like, okay. I think he definitely could have made better choices. Like, I couldn't... Yay! Oh, okay, there we go. But it got rather drawn out towards the end. That's basically the point that I was making, and he wasn't really getting anything to counter anything we were putting out, so... Man, it got really drawn out. This episode ended up going a lot longer than I thought it would because of the length of this game. But anyways, that's a good sign for the start of this Paladin deck. I'm so excited about this one with these freaking 5 Truesilver champions. That's gonna be so much fun. If I remember correctly, in my first Paladin deck, I didn't get very many Truesilver champions at all. But we got I think we got 7 weapons dealt to us when we were picking for this arena. Or at least the chance to pick up 7 weapons. Because there are those 2 really bad, well, at least what I consider to be really bad weapons as well. So that's freaking crazy. Usually weapons don't pop up all that much in the arena, but I don't know. Apparently we got lucky with this one. Hopefully this deck will go very, very far. But thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, comment, and or subscribing if you have not. I am the EggScrambledGamer, and I will see you all next time.